2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Our featured matchup tonight out in Toronto, where the Raptors will be going up against the Philadelphia 76ers. For the 76ers, they come into this game after a loss to Toronto. They suffered a blowout loss, trying to leave that one in the rear view and focus on the game at hand. And this evening's matchup, I guess we don't expect a lot of scoring. Got two lockdown defenses here. Kenny, what makes these two teams so difficult to score against?
Oh, aggressive mindset and taking care of the defensive boards.
Well, you also got to have great athletes and a willingness to help each other.
Good. I almost said that. I
know you did. I almost said what you said.
No doubt.
That's going to wrap it up from here. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you later on.
We're in the place they call the Air Canada Centre in Toronto, Ontario, the home of the Raptors, where we're broadcasting live. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. Looking at Toronto, they took the win in their last game against the 76ers in Philadelphia. It was just a textbook performance. That game was all theirs. Once they got it going, it was full speed ahead.
And we all know in a hostile environment, always tough, but they were the better team on that night.
No question about it. Honed in completely. They demonstrated real grit in a tough place to play, and they got the result they wanted.
And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline. David?
Well, Kevin, one of the strengths of this Toronto Raptors team is its continuity. DeMar DeRozan said it goes a long way. Everybody knows everybody's game. It's just second nature now. Sometimes chemistry can beat talent, and I think we have that chemistry, given they have seen a lot and grown a lot together.
That shared experience and corporate knowledge, so important, DA. Thank you. Well, having depth is such a big deal for these teams, Clark. As you get deeper into the season, we see how these injuries begin to pile up.
Yeah, and they can hurt you, and you know they're going to happen. You've got to be lucky. A lot of it depends on your preparation and your preventative training, and that's not only on the training staff, but it's also on the players to take care of their bodies, get their rest, and do the things they need to do to try to be ready to play every game.
It'll be the Raptors off the tip, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. Taking a look at the 76ers. Redick and Simmons are the 2 and the 3. Charge is out there with Embiid, and it's Fultz in at the point. Offensive rebound. Here's Anunoby. And Lowry has it in the corner. Feeds to Ibaka. DeRozan against Redick. DeRozan, that's good. DeRozan's got the scoreboard going with his first points of the night for the Raptors. Fultz with the ball. Outside, Redick. Passes to Embiid. Over Valanciunas. And Embiid, the bucket on the assist from Redick. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. And DeRozan kicks to Ibaka. Lets it go from 11. Yep, that one goes in there.
Yeah, with a hand in his face, no less. Inside, Ibaka uses his long arms to convert through the contact.
Embiid sets the pick for Redick. There's a good screen. No one near Fultz as he lets it go. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
I think he's got to be more aggressive, stronger, getting through those screens. Can't allow shooters that kind of space to pull the trigger.
Now here's DeRozan, coming off a solid outing against Philadelphia. Down low, it's stolen by Ibaka. Now the Raptors moving it up. Anunoby, good.
Resplendent release on the floater. When executed correctly, it's a beautiful, effective shot.
The 76ers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Embiid with a screen on Lowry. Fultz dishes to Embiid. It doesn't go for him, so the Raptors will take it the other way. The wide open look here for DeRozan. Raptors get it back and stolen by Redick. Embiid kicks to Simmons. Knocks down the 10-footer.
Presence of mind, the awareness, the alertness from Simmons there. Going up right away with the shot.
Inside. They get the rebound. And Embiid with the block. Over in the corner, Fultz. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Man, I like the quick catch and release from Fultz. A confident shooter who's ready to fire as soon as he catches it.
Lowry kicks to DeRozan. He feeds it to Valanciunas. And he gets it to go.
Perfect dime drop that time. Nice execution of the bounce pass.
Now here's Simmons. 17 points in his last outing. Scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Simmons putting his outstanding athleticism to use on that drive. A remarkable penetrator who knows exactly how to carve up the defense.
Now here's Lowry. Ibaka, the pass to DeRozan. Shot clock at 6. From 11 feet away. Here's Valanciunas. Got a piece of it. And it's Simmons penetrating. Toronto grabs the miss. Their last encounter was in Philadelphia, where they were able to handle the 76ers.
Yeah, a dominant win for them their last time in this matchup. And what jumps off the stat page was their advantage on the boards.
Yeah, they were overpowering it inside, and you've really got to like their chances, Greg, if they can replicate that tonight.
Now here's DeRozan after Ben Simmons' miss. The shot by Lowry, no good.
But sometimes it's more about what the defense is doing. On that possession, they were all over him on the perimeter.
And there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. That is his first foul of the game. On defense, the Raptors trailing by 4. In the corner, Simmons with it. Simmons missing again.
And, you know, anytime your game is compared to LeBron James, that's a heavy mantle, no doubt about it. But, you know, with Simmons' size and point guard skills, I certainly can appreciate where people might make that comparison and can actually see some mild similarity.
And did you see the screen that was set for him? I mean, that was how he got to the hoop.
It was the classic screenplay. It won't show up in the box score, but that screen deserves an assist.
Absolutely, Kevin. I mean, that took the defender right out of the play.
Pass to Anunoby. Screened by Valanciunas. It's stolen by Saric. Now Fultz. He has 6. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And, you know, the Sixers were heavily criticized for the so-called process, enduring the pain of losing big. People forget the prior decade when the team tried to contend, only won a single playoff series.
And that one falls from Saric. And Clark, it's true the Sixers were a team long stuck in the middle. Does that help explain why they employed such drastic measures to rebuild?
I think so, Kevin. Clearly, they tried getting there the usual way when you try to develop players and maybe add a key free agent here or there, and it didn't quite work. And the process was plan B. And that process has really started to pay some dividends, so I don't blame them for trying it.
Raptors trail by 4. Oh, the lob to DeRozan. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Fultz kicks to Saric. Jacks up a 3. They get it again. And Embiid gets it to go. Embiid's got his second bucket. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the 76ers.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved a layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first.
And in today's game, we're really so used to thinking of passing as the key to an efficient offense. But this Raptors club, they do it a different way. For them, the screen is the assist, giving their guards space to pull up or attack the rim.
C.J. Miles, he's checked in for Toronto. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And the Raptors for the last few seasons, Greg, right at the bottom of the league in assists.
Yeah, but nevertheless, they do make good decisions. They're a low turnover team, and they've been pretty efficient offensively. One area where you can offset that is by their ability to get to the free throw line, because that puts a lot of pressure on your defense with their ability to attack.
And Toronto has possession. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. Lowry for 3. Simmons pulls it in. The 76ers leading by 6. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lowry. And here we can now take a look at how the ratio was between the 3s and the 2s last season for the 76ers.
And they were focused on spreading the floor and getting good looks from three-point range. That was the key to their offense. They put in a lot of work on the perimeter.
Sinks the triple.
Even with the man all in his jersey, Redick has the skill and concentration to make you pay on those jump shots. It's real simple for him.
Now here's Lowry. He definitely had a good game in their win against the 76ers. And Miles kicks to DeRozan. Over Simmons. And again, no good by Toronto.
Boy, he's having a tough time right now. Seems like he's forcing his shot a bit to me, Kevin, not letting it come in the flow of the game.
Hits the front of the rim and out.
Yeah, he's costing them right now, sabotaging them a little bit. He's got to find his shot if they want to win this game.
DeRozan against Redick. And DeRozan kicks to Lowry. The feed now to Miles. Five on the clock. Valanciunas with a screen on Simmons. Drills it from outside. Miles has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Raptors.
Yeah, we saw no matter what they tried offensively, the opponent just had the answer.
Yep, they sure did. Seemed like they had them completely figured out. Hammered them with their aggressive defense throughout the game.
Both teams will make substitutions. The 76ers leading by 6. And here's McConnell. Johnson the screen. Anderson kicks to Johnson. Back to Anderson. Stolen by Miles. Now the Raptors moving it up. Jumps up. And then C.J. Miles with the dunk.
And that's one of the reasons you like to see Miles get close to the bucket. I mean, defenders forget sometimes about his impressive bounce.
Well over a decade in the NBA for C.J. Miles, taken straight out of high school by the Jazz back in 2005.
And he's just now entering his 30s. A good floor spacer and solid defender at the 2 or 3 spot.
One shot.
You always say it, Clark, so much of the game is played inside your mind, between the ears, in your head. Which players jump out to you as being some of the smartest players on the floor?
Kevin, there are so many guys that fall into that category. LeBron James is at the top of the list for me because of how he impacts the game in so many ways at both ends of the floor, and his size and athleticism make him unique. Chris Paul, another guy who has great awareness on the court.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
It's Miles on the wing. Pirtle kicks to Van Vliet. Good D by Johnson.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Pass to McConnell. Anderson dishes to Covington. Siakam pulls it in. Raptors trail by 5. Miles with it. He has 6. And it's right missing.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
The kick out to Anderson. Reverses. And the layup good by Covington. Covington's got his first points in this one.
Already, they've piled up 8 second chance points.
Beasting on those backboards. I love that physicality.
Miles the pass to Pirtle. And C.J. Miles with the slam.
And when Pirtle sees a guy on his team open, he finds him right away, whipping that pass there directly.
And C.J. Miles, a lefty swingman. Clark, he's got some range on his shot.
He's already been a decade plus in the league, and one of the last guys to come straight from high school to the NBA. He's carved out a nice stretch for himself as a pretty good 3-and-D player.
Free throw good, Miles.
And Miles is a pretty well-rounded player. I mean, he's a guy who scores at a fairly efficient clip and can defend multiple positions pretty well.
Now, here's McConnell. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Here's Covington, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And, you know, through the long rebuild in Philly, the Sixers' strategy was to develop unproven players and try to find some diamonds in the rough. Not a bad way to go when you're going to be patient. And Robert Covington might have been their best find. A very good defender at both forward spots.
And the first one at the line is good. And Covington offensively, mostly a catch-and-shoot score.
Yeah, he plays well off others. His three-point percentage has kind of went south the last few seasons, but if he works on that, I think he's got a place with this team, or if not this team, then certainly in the league.
So he gets them both.
And since 2016, a new front office has taken over in Philadelphia. The new team motto, process to progress. They're looking to turn the corner here.
Now here is Pirtle. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Wright. Unable to get that one. So Philadelphia will take it the other way. And the previous Sixers front office, distinguished by their patience in rebuilding and, you know, acquiring draft picks. That was the way they were going to build that team. Clark, do you think the Sixers will continue to show that patient approach?
Well, I think they're going to blend it. They're ready to push their chips in and try to win some games now. They want to be a playoff team as soon as possible. You can't continue to lose forever. They want to start winning, and they're on their way.
Johnson's shot is off.
That's smothering defense. Chicken and gravy defense, not giving him an inch there. That's how you guard the inside. Yes, sir.
Now, here's Miles. He's got 9. It's Pirtle, top of the key. There's a good screen. Van Vliet can't get it to go.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
I would agree. Stops, pops, and it's good off the back rim and in. And now a 10-point Philadelphia lead.
It's early, but they are getting pummeled on the glass.
Well, they've got to take a stand and commit to controlling their defensive backboard. These second chance buckets are killing it.
And it's Wright missing.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
And so it's Philadelphia going into the break with a 10-point lead. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. We've got more in store for you right after this. And J.J. Redick, a focal point in his tenure with the Duke Blue Devils, both offensively and as a lightning rod for fans.
I think I'll forever be associated with Duke and Duke basketball. And obviously that's a polarizing topic for some people. They like me, some people don't like me. But I take a lot of pride in the fact that I went to school there, I got to play there, and I graduated from Duke.
There's no doubt that he is Mr. Duke, J.J. Redick, and it's hard to argue with that school's incredible success, Greg, whether you like him or not. And I know you've had a first-hand view of Duke a couple times.
You know, and listen, I have the utmost respect for J.J. and Coach K and what they've done there. And listen, you could be known for a lot worse things in your life and haven't gone to a lot worse places. But I think for him, it's not about where he's been, Kevin. I think it's about where he's going and what's going to be the next chapter in his career.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And guys, what's your take so far on Philadelphia?
Hustling on that offensive glass, that's led to a number of second chance points.
And we know energy and effort go hand in hand, and they won't be denied playing with a bunch of energy, easily coming up with those offensive rebounds too.
So to begin the second quarter for the Philadelphia 76ers, T.J. McConnell is out there with Jared Bayless. Then it's Johnson, then it's Robert Covington, and it's Anderson, and it's small forward. Clark, as an analyst, do you feel you view the game drastically different from when you were in your playing days in college and the NBA?
Yeah, you know what, Kevin, I really do, because I've benefited from the different coaches we've had a chance to visit with over the years, and that's added to my perspective. And you tend to look at things differently when you're playing. I was always a student of the game, but clearly I think I've become a lot more analytical as an analyst, if that makes any sense.
Yes. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Guys, Raptors coach Dwayne Casey talked about the chemistry on his team. He said, we couldn't be better. There's no ego, no hidden agendas. Guys understand their roles. Kyle Lowry told me we're a complete team, 15 deep, and we really mean that. You never know whose time it's going to be. Kevin?
And DA, depth is a crucial part of any team's success. When you can rely on your teammates to step up is huge.
And it's always terrific when Covington gets going down in the paint. I mean, this guy can score the ball from anywhere on the floor.
And Wright kicks to Pirtle. It's Miles on the wing. He dishes it to Pirtle, and there's the pass to Wright. Johnson with the block.
Excellent defensive commitment that time from Johnson. He's always there and present.
And guys, this is the blueprint for winning on the road. How about the level of focus on each and every possession?
Yeah, it's actually palpable, isn't it, Greg? I mean, you can feel it. Every single one of these guys locked in, playing for each other. And that's why they're up.
And stolen by McConnell. His first shot coming late. And it's Miles with the rebound.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions. I love how he establishes his post position inside before he converts.
Here's McConnell. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Lets it go with a three. And that comes off the assist by Jared Bayless. And the 76ers lead by 17. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. And the wide open shot from Miles. And there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. That's his third foul of the game. Anunoby, he's checked in for Toronto. Philadelphia also making some changes. Saric has checked in for Anderson. And it's Fulton for T.J. McConnell. Now the 76ers with it. A big stretch here going 10-2. Dishes it to Covington. They swipe it. Down low. Nice shot by Pirtle. Pirtle's got his first basket.
And Pirtle is always a threat to come away with offensive rebounds because of his size, but just as important, his timing.
Now here's Fultz. 6 points for him. They set the pick. Here's Saric. Up and in. It's good. First basket of the game for him. 1 for 4 shooting.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Yeah, and that field goal percentage zooming upwards is now above 50%, which is pretty strong.
So timeout called here. The first for Toronto.
Yeah, you know, some of it's shot selection, some just bad luck, and they just can't get anything going.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they've been a bit unlucky. Some of it is poor shot selection, in a slump, no doubt. But it can be turned around. They just need to find ways to score the ball.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Pirtle. DeMar DeRozan comes in for C.J. Miles. And it's Kyle Lowry in for DeLon Wright.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Now Lowry, after the missed three from Joel Embiid. Ibaka. Simmons pulls it in. Now the 76ers with it. They're on a 12-4 run. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And Joel Embiid, from the time he started playing basketball in Cameroon through the University of Kansas, Clark, he began patterning his game after Hakeem Olajuwon.
Well, it sounds like he's a visual learner because he got a DVD of Hakeem and said he watched it almost daily. Their stories are similar. Both started playing hoops relatively late. Both are from Africa. And you watch the gracefulness of Embiid's moves inside. Easy to see the influence of Olajuwon.
The first one falls.
You know, you got to love watching Embiid play the game because he has such great passion and really a drive to be great.
And Embiid drops them both. Clark, thinking back to all the players you played with, was there one player who you just instantly clicked with on the floor?
Herb Williams was a teammate of mine for 2 years in college at Ohio State, then a couple of years with the Indiana Pacers in my pro career. And he's one of the smartest and best teammates that I ever played with. Had a really good understanding and feel for the game, had a terrific motor, excellent touch, really good athlete for a guy that was 6'11", and is a dear friend. So he was probably my favorite teammate. And, you know, when I went to the Pacers, he had been there the year before and really broke me into the NBA in terms of things that needed to happen off the court to help me be the best I could be. So I'm indebted to Herb for his friendship and his mentorship as I made it from college. Well, actually from high school to college and then from college to the pros. And, you know, Kevin, this team is struggling a bit right now. I mean, I hope he can find his rhythm and start making his shots out there soon. Otherwise, ...
And Ben Simmons, who was the first pick in 2016 out of LSU, probably the most heralded player to come out of that school since the great Shaquille O'Neal. And I tell you what, Simmons has drawn some comparisons to some other greats, most notably LeBron James and Magic Johnson.
First free throw is good. And Greg, the Sixers want to ease him into it, but they see Ben Simmons not just as a point forward, but a point guard as well.
And he's got all the ability. Think about this. The Sixers haven't had a player 6'10 or taller average over 3 assists since Wilt Chamberlain back in 1967. The second they drafted Simmons, you knew that would change. No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
One way to protect the lead, knock down those free throws, and 100% free throwing for the quarter, that's superb.
Screen by Ibaka. No good from Valanciunas.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Kevin, for a young player, I like the way Fultz sees the floor. He knows and feels when a guy is open.
Lowry kicks to Valanciunas. It's stolen by Fultz. Embiid inside, guarded by Valanciunas. Embiid dishes to Simmons. It's in. That's his third field goal of the game. He's 3 for 5.
And I like watching Simmons go to work down low. I mean, with his length and strength, there aren't many guys that can keep up with him down there.
And the Raptors call time here.
And, you know, Joel Embiid quickly emerging as one of the league's elite rim protectors. I mean, Coach Brett Brown called him the crown jewel, the centerpiece to their defense.
And a chance now to review the shot chart for the Raptors.
And there isn't a whole lot of positives that you can take away from his performance from their mid-range game so far. A lot of chances have come up empty for him, but he seems intent on taking jumpers out there. Something's got to give.
And the Raptors with possession. And with Embiid's presence now, Clark, opponents shoot a very low percentage around the rim.
Well, the best defensive impact in the league by the numbers, Kevin, and his 7'5" wingspan, a big part of that. Hey, you know, Kevin, that's what you want to see. Strong passing inside, leading to the hoop.
Fultz the pass to Saric. To the paint. It's stolen by Valanciunas. And here we go with DeRozan running it up the middle. Good on the shot. DeRozan's got 4 points this quarter.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Vitally important. I mean, if you relax for a second, you're cooked. You're toast. They learned that lesson there.
Now here's Fultz. He's got 9. Just 5 to shoot. And Redick, here we go. And it's denied. They retain possession. And Embiid gets it to go.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Here's DeRozan. 8 points for him. Again, Toronto.
Yeah, those shots are taken totally in rhythm, high percentage quality shots, and really getting whatever he wants.
Embiid the screen. Fultz kicks to Simmons. To the paint. The shot. Here's Redick. It's deflected. DeRozan against Redick. Got that one up quick. 12 points for DeMar DeRozan.
And you want to talk about high volume scores. Just look at what DeRozan's doing tonight. He's been on a mission, putting his mark on this game in a big way.
Embiid the screen. Here's Simmons. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Simmons got 10 points.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Here's Ibaka, and Ibaka slams it in.
And with those smooth strides of his, Ibaka able to beat the defenders to the punch on that dribble drive.
Embiid the screen. There's the pick. It's tipped. It's stolen by Valanciunas. Lowry with the ball. Now guarded by Redick. Anunoby. And Embiid with the block. Now the 76ers on the break. Poked away. It's stolen by DeRozan. And oh, here we go. Lowry, nobody back. Plays it in off the breakaway. Lowry's got his first basket.
You know, Kevin, I don't think there's any doubt that Lowry is a shoot-first point guard. I mean, a guy who is constantly on the attack and looking to score the ball when he can.
Now here's Fultz. 9 points in the game so far. And it's blocked by Ibaka. From 13. That ball is in the basket. Now he's shot 6 and made 3 of them.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Now here's Fultz. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. Fultz with the ball. Lowry covering. Another miss by Philadelphia.
You know, he's yet to hit another 3 after nailing one in the first, but I don't think that's going to stop him from shooting.
And now we bring you the rookie leaderboard, featuring the NBA first-year players who have been dominant on the glass for the past 10 games and counting. 5th on the list, Ben Simmons.
Well, we've seen how ferocious he can be in the paint. He's not shy about trading elbows and bodying up for a position.
Yeah, you see his confidence building game by game. I mean, he's been terrorizing the boards over the past couple of weeks.
Can't cash in on the 10-foot jumper. Here's Toronto. They're on a 14-4 run right now. Siakam, good.
Oh, and look at how well he led him in there. Really, he passed him open for that deuce.
You've got to give Brett Brown, I think, just a ton of credit for holding the Sixers locker room together over the years. Brutally difficult to lose and keep fighting and playing hard and playing together. He's created, along with those players, a culture of hard work and effort, and they are not skipping steps along the way. And eventually, folks, that will pay off in good play.
And for Brett Brown, don't you think his positivity as a person and his love for coaching have helped lift the team through those down years, Clark?
Man, I don't think there's any question about that, Kevin. He knew it was going to be a tall task, actually taller than any of us could articulate. He stayed optimistic and realistic at the same time, demanding yet being patient, keeping his team focused the right way and on the right things. It's really an outstanding job and a commitment from management and ownership to stay the course because they think he's the right guy. So very impressive on all fronts.
And you see Markelle Fultz and how he plays. Wasn't as hyped coming into college, but he changed that tune after 1 season.
And in that final year, Fultz grew a full 3 inches. I think that helped move him into the elite prospect range. At 6'5" with that 6'10" wingspan, he has the special size that you look for, and really was the lone bright spot on an otherwise underachieving college team.
Now here's Wright. Pirtle kicks to Van Vliet. Now the dish to Miles. Pirtle sets the pick for Miles. With the teardrop. Shot clock at 4, and it's finished off inside by Pirtle. Pirtle's got 4 this quarter.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Now here's McConnell. And it's Wright sending it back. It's stolen by Fultz. And here we go. Fultz heading to the basket and finished off by Fultz.
Boy, Fultz so good at getting to his spots and then capitalizing, Kevin. I like watching this guy score the ball.
And the replay is courtesy of Under Armour. Unleash chaos. It was a great sequence from the steal all the way to the finish at the other end. It's Miles on the wing. And then Miles with the dunk.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff.
Yeah, highly efficient. Nothing extra special there. Just effective.
Johnson the screen. Off the screen. It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Now here's Miles. He's got 13. Siakam passes to Miles. 6 on the shot clock. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
You know, the craftiness of Miles really puts the defense in a bind whenever he's going up for the shot.
The Raptors have shot a good percentage from the free throw line so far. They've made 5 out of 6.
And when you got a team percentage of about 81%, you're going to be one of the elites in this league.
And comparing to the numbers of last season, they've made a bit of improvement. So that's some positive momentum they can look to build on.
And he knocks down the first one. And Philadelphia making a change here. Bayless is checked in. And Miles drops them both. 24 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Now McConnell. He's got 5. Johnson the screen. Just 5 on the clock. Picked off in midair. Right from outside. And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. 76ers ahead, up by 16. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Coach, what is your impression of the first half?
I think we played. And I thought we found a really good balance of posting and pace. It's what we've been talking about. And I thought our defense, for the most part, was excellent.
A good start. We'll see how they finish. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime
Welcome,
Show.
everybody. So far, a pretty one-sided first half. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Markelle Fultz was on fire in the first half. He had 13 points, 2 steals, and 1 rebound. And from what we saw so far from the Sixers, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
Their perimeter shooting has made the difference, and so many of their points are coming from long range. They've come out, spread the floor, and executed their jump shooting game. It's been a barrage from the three-point line. Guys always finding the open shot. If they can stay hot from three-point land in the second half, this game is over.
Shaq, let's get your insight on Toronto.
Well, one reason they're getting roasted, a.k.a. blown out, poor rebounding. Way too many one-and-done possessions. I don't want to see guys dribble between their legs and shoot. Not enough fundamentals. Hey, box out 101. Maintain position 101. Learn how to play basketball 101. Things like that, Ernie.
That's it for now as the second half's just about ready to go.
Welcome back to Toronto, where the gigantic CN Tower dominates the skyline. Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. It's been quite a game for C.J. Miles.
Yeah, he's really been catching the defense off guard so far here in this game, racking up a bunch of trips to the line.
Yeah, and you know what? I like the fact that he's staying in aggressive attack mode. I mean, forcing the issue, making the defense fouling.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. The 76ers leading by 16. Ibaka is the 4, and Valanciunas in the middle. The talented Lowry and DeRozan pair in the backcourt. And it's Anunoby in at the 3 slot. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. It's stolen by Valanciunas. Lowry from outside. Offensive rebound. And staying with the play, Valanciunas.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going.
And that sixth sense, guys, might be better than just about anybody else's.
And rarely do you see a team trade out of the first overall pick, but that's exactly what the Celtics did with Fultz. Sixers jumped on the chance to move up, And Fultz matched exactly what they wanted to add to this team.
One shot.
On the free throw, no good. And you know, Greg, for the trade, it wasn't so much a critique of Fultz.
You know, Boston had a playmaker already, and they might not have taken Fultz if they stayed in the #1 spot. And listen, the Sixers were in desperate need of a lead guard, and they got a franchise caliber one in Fultz.
No easy chore keeping the 7-footer off the glass. Embiid crashing with intentionality.
And it's Valanciunas that time on the assist by Lowry. And that's now 6 points for Valanciunas. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Redick dishes to Saric. Redick against DeRozan. And Redick kicks to Simmons. And the 76ers tack on 2 more.
And Simmons is accustomed to finishing over all types of defenders. I mean, that jump shot is just pure money.
Now, here's Lowry. The scoring numbers have been solid for him. He's averaging just under 14 points a game. Here's DeRozan. It's stolen by Saric. From the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, it may not be the era of the center in the NBA, but Jonas Valanciunas has something to say about that. He said, "I try to make sure they don't forget about centers. I'll keep reminding them. The league is full of guys that can do different things, but I still think you need a center that can rebound the ball and score in the low post." I agree. Kevin?
Well, the centers are still important, David. Good to see Valanciunas making his presence felt in the paint. And here's Lowry after J.J. Redick hitting the 3. Over Fultz. Here's Valanciunas. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Saric has got his 3rd rebound tonight.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Toronto calls timeout. And Valanciunas out of Lithuania, the 5th overall pick back in 2011.
Yeah, he's still quite young. You know, a lot of talent offensively. Defensively, he's probably had less of an impact, but that's where he has to take the next step.
Ibaka drawing the double team. Here's DeRozan. That one's not going to go. Great D that time from Redick. The 76ers leading by 21. Here's Simmons. Kicks it to Embiid. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him, but luckily his teammates have picked up the slack.
Embiid with the steal. And here's Fultz. 15 points in the game. Simmons passes to Fultz. Embiid the screen. Ibaka comes with the double team. 4 on the shot clock. Back to Simmons. Redick inside the line. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Redick against DeRozan. Here's Ibaka, and the basket is good. Ibaka's got 8.
And offensively, Ibaka's been spending more time out on the perimeter, but watching him work inside there, you realize that may still be his bread and butter.
And that one's good, Simmons. Here's DeRozan. 12 points for him. Valanciunas with a screen on Redick. DeRozan dishes to Ibaka. Here's Valanciunas, and good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. Valanciunas has got 6 points in the quarter. Embiid the screen. Here's Simmons. Simmons missing again. Raptors trail by 19. Here's DeRozan. Up again. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Yes, that goes in. 16 points for Ben Simmons.
And really, Simmons makes it look elementary, simple. I mean, the way he attacks defenses from multiple angles is hard to deal with if you're defending it.
Here's Valanciunas. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. And the Raptors, unique in the NBA, they have a whole nation behind them.
And basketball continues to gain in popularity, especially with the younger generation in Canada. The Raptors are coming to relevance at the perfect time, and that rabid fan base energized by how competitive this group's been the last couple seasons.
The free throw drops for Valanciunas. And for the Sixers this summer, all the talk was whether they'd get the Lakers pick if it fell outside the top 3. They end up swapping picks with the Kings, who jump into the top 3.
Yeah, and the Kings ended up, Kevin, getting the Sixers pick at number 5. Still a jump from the 8th spot in the draft order, so not all bad for them. That goes back to 2015 when the Kings made a trade to clear cap space for Rajon Rondo.
Now here's Fultz. 15 points in the game. And Saric kicks to Embiid. Here's Fultz. Nice D from DeRozan. Raptors trail by 19. Passes it to Anunoby. He kicks to Valanciunas. That one goes. Count it. Valanciunas has got 12 points in the game.
Wow, has he flipped a switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
Feeds it to Fultz. Rebound by the Raptors. Their next game is at the American Airlines Center in Dallas for a game with the Mavericks. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them. The 76ers leading by 17. And out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession. And here is the shot chart as we see how things are going for Simmons.
And when you come into a game with the mindset of going right at the rim and not settling for outside shots, this is what your shot chart will look like. Every chance they've had to either attack the paint or play back to the basket, they've taken it, and it's been a complete success thus far.
Toronto's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Timeout called. Dwayne Casey has had enough. And you look at the Raptors, one of the top teams in the East, Greg, but do they have a chance to go all the way?
I think they're a threat to make the finals. Can they win it all? They may be a piece or two away, but still a young and aggressive core. They continue to try to add pieces, and this is a group that has proven they want to win and win now. And when you take a look at that shot chart, the amount of misses lately, really unbelievable.
Yeah, a lot of blanks there. Can't hit a thing. Has to be deflating.
And DeRozan kicks to Valanciunas. Back to DeRozan. Valanciunas sets a screen for DeRozan. Over McConnell. And again, Toronto no up.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
And the rejection by Valanciunas. Miles with it. He's got 15. Van Vliet kicks to DeRozan. And it's been a while, but he finally gets one to go. DeRozan's got 14 points for the game. The 76ers leading by 15. Here's McConnell. He has 5. He feeds it to Saric. And the rejection by Valanciunas. And Miles kicks to DeRozan. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet. DeRozan's got 4 points this quarter.
And, you know, Kevin, they count on him to provide offense, and he knows how to fill it up.
Toronto with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run. And Miles kicks to Van Vliet. Pass to DeRozan. Here's Van Vliet. Shot clock at 5. Here's Valanciunas. The rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's Anderson. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. And picks taken in the late first round can be a bit of a crapshoot, Clark. But Justin Anderson, taken with the 21st pick back in 2015, he sure seems like a keeper.
Yeah, I concur with everything you said there, Kevin. I mean, seeing him at Virginia, you knew he had the physical tools. It's just a matter of developing his skills and his shooting ability to be able to succeed at this level, and I think he will.
Free throw, good, Anderson.
Well, you know, you talk about an NBA body. Justin Anderson, 6'6", about 230 pounds. As I recall, he posted a 43-inch vertical in the NBA Combine. That's elite strength and athleticism.
Jakob Poeltl's checked in for the Raptors. DeLon Wright comes in for DeMar DeRozan. And so he's able to get 1 of 2. Clark, you know, it's interesting. The league is going towards small ball, but there's a demand for strong physical wings, and Justin Anderson certainly fits the bill.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly there. As more power forwards stray and navigate to the perimeter, you want guys who can defend shooting guard through power forward, and Anderson has the body strength and quickness to do that.
Van Vliet passes to Miles. They set the pick. This one for 3. Toronto gets it back in a new 24. Here's Poeltl.
Boy, I tell you, the long reach of Covington really bothering shooters. I mean, he enjoys making life difficult for whoever he's assigned to.
Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
And a sharp pass to set up that high percentage shot in close.
Van Vliet kicks to right. The feed to Miles. Here's Siakam, defended by Covington. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Stolen by Bayless. Fast break, Philadelphia. Here's McConnell, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Here's where Toronto sits right now in the league ranking.
And how about that sky-high ranking in terms of blocks per game? Sometimes that can indicate a team's allowing too many drives to the rim, but it's sure nice to have bigs who can send it away as a last resort.
Shooting 2.
That's good from McConnell.
And T.J. McConnell, undrafted out of Arizona, but he caught on with the Sixers, and I tell you what, made an immediate impact. Standing at about 6'2" and just over 200 pounds. He brings that physicality at the defensive end of the floor.
Both shots good from the stripe. And Greg, you were a defensive-minded guard. Do you see any similarities to what McConnell brings to the table?
You know, I love his toughness. He's got quick feet, a strong lower base, and, you know, he gets into you, and he racks up his fair share of steals because of it.
Now here's Wright. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots over Bayless. Johnson with the block. Back to Covington. Pass to Bayless. Johnson the screen. Here's McConnell. Off target from 3-point range.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
And Miles kicks to right. They set the pick. Here's Van Vliet. He's covered by Anderson. With some arc, and it's blocked. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Let's use this break to look at the teams that over the past month have been tremendous at converting turnovers into points. The 76ers third.
And you always like to see aggressive defense. And then when you can convert mistakes into points offensively, that's a big key.
Now here's McConnell. 7 points in the game. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Well, I like how aggressively Anderson takes on the defense there. No backing away from going into him and drawing the contact.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
Guys, one of the themes in this game has been how much of their scoring has come off turnovers.
Yeah, but they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every opportunity.
2 shots.
Free throw, good, Anderson.
And really few teams in NBA history have undertaken the sort of extreme makeover the Sixers did over the last 4 years, and a lot of losing along the way, but the fans have been surprisingly supportive of the rebuilding process.
That one is no good. And before the rebuild, the Sixers for a long time were stuck in mediocrity, treading water, Greg, as they might say.
Yeah, and it's hard to make that leap without top draft picks. And the Sixers plumbed the depths, if you will. Now, though, I think they've found their treasure trove.
Here is Bayless. The Raptors getting the bucket. Ball stolen. Here's Miles, and then C.J. Miles with the dunk.
Really like the aggressive mentality of Miles. Every time he's touching the ball, he's looking to score it.
The 76ers leading by 15. Now McConnell. He has 7. He dishes it to Bayless. His three-pointers off the mark. Toronto's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Van Vliet kicks to Pirtle. Takes the 13-footer. Again, Toronto.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Now here's Johnson. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Here's Bayless. Got a piece of it. And now here comes Wright, leading the break. Anderson with the block.
Oh, great to see Anderson reject these shots. I mean, he's an excellent defender, very skilled at that end of the floor, and takes pride in being a shutdown defender.
Here is Bayless. 5 points in the game. Here's McConnell. It's deflected. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. No one covering. Miles has got 19 points.
Just solid recognition from Miles there. I mean, feeling the defense out before he even gets the ball, and then burning them with the fast basket.
And here's McConnell. Johnson the screen. It's Anderson with the drive. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. Now let's take a listen on head coach Dwayne Casey.
They're playing harder, they're cutting harder, they're running harder, they're playing defense on us harder down here. We're kind of tiptoeing on our cuts. We got to up our level.
And Dwayne Casey imploring his guys to put forth a greater effort. Feels they're getting out hustled.
That's right. I mean, the one thing coaches cannot stand is a lack of energy. Expect these guys to ramp it up from an intensity standpoint.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. On the court for Philadelphia to start the fourth. Anderson is out there with Robert Covington. And it's T.J. McConnell. And it's Jared Bayless. And it's Johnson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now, here's McConnell. Johnson the screen. There's the pick. Deep two from Anderson. Tries again. Johnson can't get it to go.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
You know, that's not easy at all. When guys get this close to the bucket, it's tough to stop the basket.
2 points. That one goes.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
And the 76ers call time here. And with the fourth quarter push coming up here, the coach going over the game plan and these players rehydrating themselves with Gatorade, recharging their bodies, refocusing their minds, and getting that strategy down to close out the game. And Philadelphia making a change here. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Robert Covington. Simmons comes in for Anderson. J.J. Redick's checked in for Jared Bayless. And it's Fulton for T.J. McConnell. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during the last break, I heard Brett Brown talking with his team. He told them, hey, they're ready to give up. We're close to winning this game, but we're not done yet. I don't want to see any let-up out there. We'll see how well we got the point across.
And they've shown a little extra hustle on the offensive glass here in the second half. Second chance points are starting to add up for them, and they can use every one of them.
Well, it's really hard to say too much about Simmons. I mean, bouncing off defenders like they're not even there.
Pirtle dishes to Wright. Here's Ibaka. Lays it up and banks it in. Ibaka's got 4 this quarter.
Yeah, and the ability to generate points off offensive rebounds, something Ibaka did a lot earlier in his career before he started spending so much time on the perimeter.
And there's the call on Joel Embiid. That is his first foul of the game. DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for DeLon Wright. Raptors trail by 6. Lowry with the ball. Ibaka outside. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Johnson's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Here's Simmons, and Simmons slams it in.
When Simmons is driving inside, I'm telling you, he's going to sky up for the flush, getting to the bucket in no time.
Here is Lowry to the middle, looking for Ibaka. He gets it there. The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way.
How about these big shots for him in the fourth? He has been locked and loaded offensively.
Outside, Redick. Johnson with a screen on DeRozan. Johnson can't hit.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Yeah, you know, they're hustling and giving a good effort, that's for sure, but unfortunately, the execution has been lacking.
And he has the chops for this, raising the intensity when it matters most.
Yeah, he's really calm in these situations. Simply takes his time in tight spots. You got to be patient, and he is playing to his strengths.
No good from Simmons. Raptors trail by 4. Lowry from outside, and the Raptors hit again from deep.
And that's Lowry's shot right there. Always looking to capitalize from that range.
Fultz the pass to Johnson. Embiid sets the pick for Fultz. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wentz.
I could not say it any better, showing you some real focus, taking it inside against the bigger man.
The Raptors making a switch here. Valanciunas has checked in. Saric has checked in for the 76ers.
One shot.
And that one misses.
You know, Fultz is a guy who can easily take over a game if you give him an opportunity to. He's very confident and has remarkable decision-making skills.
Shot is good, and the 76ers lead is cut down to just 1 on the basket from Anunoby. Embiid the screen. Here's Simmons. The 76ers with another miss.
You know what? Those are shots you just hate to miss when you get those kinds of bunnies on a possession.
The 76ers have gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Here's Saric, and the 3 ball is good. And the 76ers lead by 4.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
Now here is Lowry. To the middle, here's DeRozan, and the rejection by Embiid.
Solid read from Embiid there. Terrific at anticipating when that shot is coming.
Had him up in the air with the pump fake and then took advantage. Now it's a 6-point 76ers lead. The Raptors have gone 8 of 14 from the floor here in the fourth quarter. And DeRozan kicks to Lowry. Again, the miss by Lowry.
Well, I think the defense got really lucky there. I mean, you can't afford to give up wide open shots from deep.
Out to Saric. Takes a three. Again, the miss by Saric. Toronto's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. DeRozan dishes to Lowry. At the elbow, it's Ibaka. And the pass to Anunoby. Shot clock at 3. Over Simmons, and he didn't get quite enough under that one. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Sometimes you just have no way of stopping Simmons on the interior. I mean, he's a very skilled player who gets these calls routinely.
Now, gentlemen, two shots. Roof shots.
No good on the free throw.
And the Australian Simmons is a star in the making thanks to his extremely versatile and high-level skill set and big frame.
So he comes up empty at the line. Raptors trail by 6. Here's DeRozan, and he lays it straight in. DeRozan's got 20.
Yeah, getting theirs before the defense can set up.
Perfect execution. That's how you take advantage of a transition opportunity.
Now here's Fultz. Embiid with the screen on DeRozan. And Redick, here we go. Embiid. Redick passes to Embiid. He can't get that one to fall. Nice feed from Valanciunas.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Early on, he tried to shoot his way out of this funk, but later in the game now, he might want to just give it up and look for his teammates to do the scoring.
Screen by Saric. The 76ers again can't hit it.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Anunoby passes to DeRozan. 17-foot shot on the way. Yep, that one goes in there. DeRozan's got 10 points in just the second half. Here's Fultz. Nice feed from Valanciunas.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defense.
Kevin, you know, it's nice to see Lowry dish the rock. I mean, I enjoy watching him pass the ball because he's got a nice feel for when to get it to his guys for an open shot.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Excellent work by the talented people in our production truck as well.
That's unacceptable shot selection there, Kevin. I mean, why on earth did he think that was a good look?
And it's DeRozan missing. Philadelphia's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. And Saric kicks to Fultz. Oh, jams it right over Valanciunas. Wow.
Hey, I don't mind a little flash and pizzazz in a guy's game. Fultz showing off a little bit. Impressive dunking skills on display.
Now here's Lowry. Dishes it to DeRozan. Goes up on the high post. DeRozan can't get that one to fall. The 76ers lead. Here's Redick. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Well, J.J. Redick had quite the interesting free agency period. Greg, ultimately he signs with the 76ers on a huge 1-year, $23 million deal.
Yeah, and this is the team that wanted him great fit with his shooting, something that they obviously needed. And Redick had a lot of suitors, but he saw something developing with this young Philly core.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on that one.
You know, sometimes the great three-point shooters in the game don't carry that same success to the free throw line, but that's not the case with J.J. Redick. I mean, he's cash money from the stripe, too.
The Raptors making a switch here. Miles is checked in and finished off by DeRozan.
An aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think.
That's exactly how you send it. 2 hands and down.
Now here's Fultz. The dish to Embiid. And it's out of bounds. The Raptors will take it the other way. And here are the Raptors now. They trail by 1. Lowry dishes to Ibaka. Here's Valanciunas. And that misses. That would have put him up. Philadelphia shooting around 41% on the night. And it's Simmons penetrating. Makes it off the glass. Simmons got 22.
Yeah, just great. Whenever Simmons takes over a possession like that, what a killer instinct.
Outside Lowry. It's stolen by Fultz. And Redick the bucket on the assist from Fultz. Fultz has got 3 assists in the game. Raptors trail by 5. Outside Lowry. DeRozan on the wing, covered by Redick. And it's out of bounds. The Raptors able to retain possession here. Five on the clock. Screened by Ibaka. DeRozan's shot is good. DeRozan's got 12 points now in the quarter.
Oh, man. DeRozan, his interior game, worthy of much respect. When he gets the ball in a good spot, he goes to work.
Now here's Šarić. Inside, Embiid. And Embiid throws it down.
And did you see the screen that was set for him? I mean, that was how he got to the hoop.
It was the classic screenplay. It won't show up in the box score, but that screen deserves an assist.
Absolutely, Kevin. I mean, that took the defender right out of the play.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other.
And I tell you what, guys, that's a big play to make in a close game. Potential momentum builder there.
And the basket by Lowry.
Hey, Kevin, when it's an important moment in the game, a big time in the game, he flat out takes over. Lowry is a gamer.
Now here's Šarić. A drive by Redick. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. And the 76ers lead by 2. They set the screen. Lowry passes to Miles. Valanciunas sets a screen for Miles. Kicks it to DeRozan. And they double up DeRozan. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on DeMar DeRozan. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Anunoby, he's checked in for Toronto. Philadelphia's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Now here's Fultz. Not a lot of room. From 8. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
Now, the defense was far from awful. However, he's still got to make these shots, in my opinion.
Left side, DeRozan. Count it! He has tied up this game. Oh, what a shot.
And this atmosphere is bananas.
Electric in here. I mean, that was a tremendous shot. This crowd all over it. Turned up.
Now here's Šarić. There's 38 seconds left in the game. And Redick kicks to Simmons. Here's Embiid. Money!
And you can see how comfortable Embiid is, feeling like nobody can guard him in the paint. And he's right.
Toronto calls timeout. They're down by 2. 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what's your take?
Hey, they do have enough time here. If they shoot quickly to get the 2-for-1, we'll see if they try it.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan Player of the Game, Ben Simmons.
And guys, this really has been his night. He's done a lot of things well, but his scoring really put him over the top. You can see how determined he's been every time he's gotten his hands on the ball. Great drive and also great focus offensively.
.30 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's DeRozan. And an intentional foul right there. Now the 76ers with it. The lead is 2, and so they choose to intentionally foul.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
That's a good foul, though. I like that. I mean, clock management, crucial at this time of the game.
And so both free throws are good, and it's a 4-point ball game.
2-possession game now. I mean, those were really important foul shots.
And the Raptors call time here. They're trailing by 4. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here is Ibaka. DeRozan's shot is off. And an intentional foul there stops the clock. He drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 6-point ball game.
Those foul shots put them that much more in the driver's seat.
Time working against them here.
It sure is, and with such short time, it'll be really hard for them to catch up.
And I bet you'll never see too many guys who can put forth an effort on the boards like this one.
Yeah, as a former outstanding rebounder myself, I can certainly appreciate what this guy is doing. An extraordinary combination of talent and desire is what allows him to do what he's done today. Great performance.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there. Pass to Siakam. Here's Anunoby. Misses there. So the 76ers win it. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long.